Another long-term project that we could consider would be replacing the boilers. What do you think about that? Or would you defer to a boiler officer?
Replacing the boiler, I mean, yeah, I don't know how much of our money we put into that, but again, it's difficult to kind of really give your heart to spending loads of money on something you've already spent loads of money, but they're not fully fit for purpose if you consider the purpose is for us to have environmental credibility, because they don't interface particularly well with the rest of the heating system and the other aspects of it, like the solar thermal stuff. They're not working at maximum efficiency. They're old, now obsolete stock, and I'm fairly sure that they were when they were bought. That perhaps if more effort had been made to find something that was going to be a little bit more future-proof, we perhaps wouldn't have chosen them. There are lots of problems with them, however they are functional, essentially. We spend quite a lot of money on pellets and maintenance, but we would probably spend quite a lot of money on fuel and maintenance, whatever kind of boiler we have. There are other options we can pursue to make them. Perhaps, I mean, instead of replacing the boilers, we could spend less money on wiring them in a different way, which is something I've tried a bit to happen, not successfully. And other people have also done the same. The difference being, what's a new boiler like? 25 grand for a biomass boiler? Quite a lot of money, maybe 25 grand to supply and fit a biomass boiler, a new one that's like all the new spec. It would probably cost £1,000 maybe per boiler to rewire it correctly.
Right.
I mean, it's the problem arises that it's electrical and plumbing at the same time, so you have to find a company that are willing to do the same thing together, which is what never happened in the first place. I would say it's probably not an immediate priority to replace those boilers, because to replace them with essentially like for like, biomass pellets for biomass pellets might not be necessary yet. They all still work. We can find the parts. I'm pretty sure someone's just found a new supplier for the parts, so we can spend less money on maintenance because we can buy the parts directly for cheaper. We can fit some of them ourselves, which has been quite successful. I know someone else was talking about a different supplier for pellets, to use these recycled coffee ground pellets. It's a really cool idea. Much more eco credibility, and maybe that will increase the life of them as well. But yeah, I don't think that's a priority at the moment. I don't know when it might become a priority. Maybe, I suppose, people with gas boilers would get them changed every 10 to 20 years. I guess is the lifespan of an average family boiler.
But these are much bigger and they're biomass, so
I mean, the advantage of these, whilst they are older technology and perhaps not as efficient as newer ones, they're much simpler. So they've got far more limited range of components, and they're easier to maintain in that context. So yeah, not